listening intently. It's called being a good conversationalist. Watch. Say something.
You were staring about 8 inches south of there.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the fascinating, strange, and confusing TV comedy moments that still keep us up at night.
Hey! Flying across the room, I like it! I'm scared!
Number 10, Mac's interpretive dance. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Dad, I'm gay.
Anyone who's ever even heard of this FX sitcom knows it's largely about scammers and hooligans. Its characters hang out at a grubby pub and plot get-rich-quick schemes and general tomfoolery. But the season 13 finale sees Mac coming out to his father in an explosive and profoundly artistic way. He does a well-staged and polished interpretive dance for him at the prison where he's incarcerated. Daddy issues, performance art, and deep feelings are not things you might associate with a show like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Whether that's a good or bad thing depends on the fan. There's still debate about Mac's dance, which first aired in 2018, and it's definitely a moment we won't soon forget.
Oh my God. I can't.
Number 9, The Mother Dies. How I Met Your Mother.
What, I just call her up on the phone and ask her out on a date?
Yes!
And that's something you guys would want?
Yes!
There were few ways this series could have ended that would have pleased fans. Unfortunately, Ted and Robin's delayed happily ever after was probably one of the worst possible endings. There are several reasons for that, one being that it just makes you question the whole framing device of the series. Ted's kids have heard a lot of crazy things just to hear that their mom barely factors into the story.
All right, I'll give her a call.
Do it.
I am.
Call her.
I'm calling her.
Great.
There I go.
But the fact that this is where it all leads just makes Ted Mosby's retelling of the story of how he met their mother all the more confusing and pointless. Why did this take so long? What did we do it for? Are we just impossible to please? Maybe it's time for a rewatch.
It's How I Met Your Mother.
That's it.
That's it.
No, I don't buy it. That is not the reason you made us listen to this.
Oh, really? And what's the reason?
Number 8, The Ending, Dinosaurs. A sleepless night might make you think about things like life, death, and the end of the world. So will the Dinosaurs series finale. The Jim Henson series features wacky characters with trademark catchphrases.
And technology is so bright and shiny and new.
We understand, sweetheart.
Understand what?
Who get into low-stakes hijinks that wrap up in a half hour. But in the finale, the stakes have never been higher. A chain of events caused by corporate greed and family patriarch Earl Sneed Sinclair leads to the actual extinction of the dinosaurs.
The move?
Well, no. There's no place to move to. This is the only world we got.
Well, what's gonna happen to us?
The series literally ends with the family realizing they're going to die as the world enters an inhospitable ice age. It was a warning to its young audience, meant to stick with them for better or worse.
And it's not like we're gonna just disappear.
Number 7, Seduction by Shark, Friends. A misunderstanding sees Monica walking in on her husband Chandler in a compromising position.
Do not disturb! Do not disturb!
Monica?
Is everything all right?
Because he changed the channel from something a bit more adult to a shark documentary, Monica, of course, starts to believe he has a preference for shark documentaries. Sure, couples have secrets.
He was getting off to a shark attack show. No. Yes, Chandler
watches shark porn.
But the fact that this is something that never came up and Monica is totally willing to get on board with it is a head scratcher. Is Monica's willingness to go along with it kind of sweet and more proof of how they are right for each other? Or is it kind of insane and disturbing? We'll be thinking about that one for a while.
No, really, you are amazing. I mean, you were actually going to do this for me? I mean, where do you find the strength and the understanding for something like that?
I'm very, very drunk right now.
Number 6. Shawn leaves the center. Boy Meets World. In season 4, Corey Matthews' best friend Shawn becomes involved with a cult called the Center. He's brought out of it when his beloved teacher, Mr. Turner, is nearly killed in a motorcycle accident.
John, even when I was at the center, it was all the things that you taught me that made me wonder if it was the right place for me or not.
By the teacher's bedside, Shawn renounces the cult and asks God not to take one of his favorite people away from him. But Boy Meets World fans will know that this is actually the last time Mr. Turner will ever appear on the show.
The center is filled with lost souls who have no belief system, who are targets for some guy to bring over to his way of thinking. The Shawn Hunter that I know.
He was written out without explanation, even though he seemed to be getting better. Considering Turner's recovery seems to be the only thing keeping him from going back to the center, it seems crazy that he just disappears without explanation.
Shawn, before you met these people at this place, what did you believe in?
I don't know, nothing.
Did you believe in God?
Number 5. Charles's Mistreatment. Full House.
My dad's gonna flip out on me. Well, you know what helps? Try thinking of a funny movie like Home Alone or Roger Rabbit. That's what I always do when I'm getting it. Getting what?
Stephanie Tanner finds out her tormentor Charles is actually living in fear of his father's anger. All of a sudden, she realizes he's in trouble, and she's the only person who knows. The sudden switch in tone was not new for the show, but it was effective. But also, there's something about this particular scene.
Well, you know, when your dad's pounding you.
You mean hitting? My dad never hits me. Does yours hit you?
No, just forget it. Let's do the assignment.
For people of a certain generation, TV was where we were exposed to a lot of different big social issues. This classic episode of Full House may have been the first time many of us found out about what other children might be going through at home. If there's one Full House moment that sticks with you, it's this one.
Do you get hit a lot?
Look, I didn't mean anything by it. Just forget it, okay? Let's do the assignment.
Charles, you can trust me, I swear.
No, I don't care if you swear on your mother's life.
Number 4. I'm So Excited. Saved by the Bell.
What are these doing here?
I believe you were looking for this.
Jesse, those pills are dangerous.
Yeah, well, so's geometry.
You told me you were gonna stop taking them.
I need them to stay awake and study, okay?
No, it's not okay.
No 90s kid could avoid this show. Nostalgia aside, Saved by the Bell is an interesting cultural artifact. Many of its very special episodes don't really hit anymore, if they ever did. But this unforgettable scene where Jesse Spano discovers caffeine pills and overdoses is a prime example of that. There are people who swear it's as hard-hitting as any serious drama. Then there are those who find it funny. It works either way. Elizabeth Berkley screaming the words, "I'm so excited, I'm so scared," is the kind of sound that haunts your dreams for decades.
Sing! Jesse! You can't sing tonight!
Yes, I can! I'm so excited! I'm so scared!
Jesse.
Number 3. Selena Alone. Veep. Selena Meyer never had morals. She was only interested in being president, and for a few seasons, most of the humor on Veep was in watching her grasp for political power and failing miserably.
Being vice president is like being declawed, defanged, neutered, ball-gagged, and sealed in an abandoned coal mine under 2 miles.
But the last season, while still hilarious, does end with her becoming president. To achieve this, she gives up everyone, including her most loyal friend Gary, framing him for a fraud scheme that she was implicated in.
Easy.
Okay.
Kind of also not fair.
You want coffee from across the street? Yeah? I got it. It's a little chia seed.
Nah, never mind.
But once she finally gets to the Oval Office, none of the familiar faces are around her. She calls for Gary, but realizes he's not there. No one is. It says just as much as any serious political drama about the emptiness and loneliness of seeking power.
There is no one who has sacrificed more than me. And there's nothing anyone can do to stop me from standing and walking for my country. Thank you.
Number 2. Chidi and Eleanor say goodbye. The Good Place.
But this is sad, man. You got a John Locke quote or a piece of Kantian wisdom you can throw at me?
Those guys were more focused on rules and regulations.
Anyone who followed this philosophical comedy grew attached to the unexpected relationship that blossomed between rule breaker Eleanor and anxious morality police Chidi. Over the course of the series' 4 seasons, the two continued to find each other again and again, letting their love develop despite the otherworldly circumstances and challenges of the afterlife. But by the show's end, the two had to make peace with the true end of their conscious lives.
And it's gone. But the water is still there. The wave was just a different way for the water to be.
The poignant scene between them is heart-wrenching to watch. We don't want to see them say goodbye. Plus, Chidi's thoughtful explanation of death is impossible not to ruminate on long after you hear it. We're crying all over again.
I need you to do me one last favor.
Mm-hmm.
Say goodbye to me now and leave before I wake up.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Ending. Roseanne.
So I began writing about having all the money in the world. And I imagined myself going to spas and swanky New York parties, just like the people on TV, where nobody has any real problems and everything's solved within 30 minutes.
No one was thrilled by the last season of the original series, but Roseanne Barr took things a little too far with the finale. She and the writers erased the whole 9th season by explaining it away as part of Roseanne's fictional novel. Even worse, they undid relationships and storylines we'd watched grow over the 8 seasons that preceded.
I lost Dan last year when he had his heart attack.
This creates such a ripple effect in the whole thing that there's no way it can be true, or the timeline is a complete, unsalvageable mess. The revival did the smart thing and retconned the retcon, but still, it's the kind of thing that's just too bizarre once you know it was even a thing.
When Becky brought David home a few years ago, I thought, this is wrong. He was much more Darlene's type.
So do you want to go to this poetry reading before the museum?
Yeah, before. I want to pick up some books first.
Oh, great.
What sitcom moment do you obsess about when you should be asleep? Tell us in the comments.
Hey. Hey. You know, I'm really glad we decided not to sleep together before the wedding.
Oh boy, me too.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.